Here we go. So for nearly 2 years, Brookfield, the largest real estate developer in the world in 2019, and the managing partner of CityPlace Burlington project, has made public, private, and written commitments to resume the stalled project and complete a transformative redevelopment of the former mall. Since last November, these commitments have included providing materials in support of the city's testimony to the Vermont Economic Progress Council, describing Brookfield's intention to start construction of a modified project in August, meetings with members of the public, making similar representations in January and February of this year, and most recently a letter to me on June 4th confirming the company's intention to work in good faith to put a new development agreement in place by the end of this month. Despite repeatedly affirming its commitment to the project and with its promises to the city unfulfilled, at the end of last week, it became clear that Brookfield is pursuing steps to abandon management of the project and return Don Sinex and his Devonwood Investors Group to that role. That result would be unacceptable to the city of Burlington because it would constitute a breach of faith and a betrayal of trust. Brookfield should keep its commitment to the people of Burlington and see the project through to completion as it has repeatedly promised. If it does not, the city will do everything in our power to see that Brookfield suffers consequences for this breach. On Saturday, after consultation with City Council President Max Tracy, I directed our attorneys to issue a default letter documenting Brookfield's failure to perform pursuant to the development agreement and alleging bad faith and fraud. Further, the default notice includes a hold on the destruction of communications and documentation to preserve materials for possible litigation. I'm releasing this default letter publicly today. We will be posting it shortly after this press briefing. In a lawsuit, the city would, at a minimum, seek city ownership of the land for the reconnection of St. Paul and Pine Streets, and damages for the developer's failure to rebuild and upgrade 8 blocks of public infrastructure in time to use tax increment financing. The TIF law includes certain deadlines that may be impossible to meet because of the developer's inactions, and thus endangers the ability to construct the planned $20.8 million in new public infrastructure. Brookfield has paid and reimbursed the city for approximately $500,000 of costs since its delays began, compensating the city for all expenditures related to the developer's delays and supporting downtown marketing efforts since the delays began in 2018. The city will pursue continued reimbursement for the city's additional costs as this proceeds. In addition, the city will use all available mechanisms to ensure that this site, though privately owned, this is not publicly owned land, it is privately owned land, we're still going to use all available mechanisms to ensure that it is transformed into a vibrant mixed-use neighborhood as soon as possible. In response to the notice of default, Brookfield's attorneys have initiated new contacts with the city. We will give the developers a short window of time to return with an acceptable proposal for moving forward with the project. If an acceptable proposal is not forthcoming, I will protect the city's interests and achieve the city's long-standing public goals for this project through aggressive legal action. With that, in one sec, I will take some questions.